Hey, welcome to the podcast. This is The Surge Effect, and I'm your host, Mike Surge. This podcast will be talking about anything and everything, life in general to current events and past events, and all things about this beautiful and wonderful world that we live in. And this podcast, well, it'll probably have an effect on you. Well, hello and welcome to another episode of the Surge Effect. In this episode of the Surge Effect, we're going to be talking about frequency, vibration, and energy. Fascinating topic. I've always been fascinated by frequency, vibration, and energy, and not sure if you have been or not, but hey, hopefully this podcast will get you thinking about different things in your life and what's been going on in your life and maybe what you want to do in the future of your life. Before we get started, I got two sponsors I got to deal with. First one is Love My Legs, Owen Sound, Grey Bruce. Click on their link below and head on over to their website and see all the different types of ladies' leggings that they have to offer. And they are the only lifetime guarantee in the business. Number two is He-Shirts, She-Shirts. Head on over to their website and check out all the clothing they have to offer. They are more than just another t-shirt company. All right, I'd also like to throw in two other things that I personally use. One is my BCAAs, branched chain amino acids. Click on the link below. Head on over to Amazon and purchase yours today because it is fantastic for hydration and good for what ails you for sure. Number two is my RODECaster Pro 2 that I use on every one of my podcasts. You can use them for vlogging or do whatever you want to do. The soundboard is amazing and it does all kinds of really cool things. So, all right, let's get into this podcast. So like I said, we are going to be talking about these three things. Frequency, vibration, and energy. Okay. All right. So, who started saying stuff like that? Well, this fella right here. I'm not sure if everyone knows who this guy is. This is Nikola Tesla. He said, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. So who is Nikola Tesla? Well, Nikola Tesla is a Siberian-American scientist. Nikola Tesla invented the Tesla coil, the AC, which is alternating current, of course, for electricity, in addition to discovering the rotating magnetic field. Nikola Tesla, he was a Siberian inventor, electrical engineer, mechanical engineer, physicist, and futurist. He was best known for his contributions to the design of the modern alternating current for electricity. He was born in 1856 and a part of the Austrian Empire, but today part of the modern-day Croatia. Tesla received an advanced education in engineering and physics in 1870 and gained practical experience in the early 1880s working on telephony and on the Continental Edison in the new electrical power industry. When he immigrated to the United States in 1884, he would become a naturalized citizen. He went on to become an inventor, electrical engineer, a mechanical engineer. In fact, he was dubbed by many as the man who invented the 20th century. Nikola Tesla was probably the most creative, inventive geniuses of our time that was ever put on this planet. This man spoke 9 different languages. And a lot of people don't know this, but if you go to Niagara Falls on the Canadian side, you will actually see a great big statue, a monument that they put up of Nikola Tesla. Like I said, the guy is he was amazing, and he also came up with numerous different theories about a lot of different things. Here's one here. He says, if you knew the magnificence of 3, 6, and 9, then you would have the key to the universe. He said stuff like that. It's almost like he spoke in riddles or something, you know. He just the way he talked about certain things, and that was one of them. So, another thing that I found on the internet, of course, you can find all kinds of stuff on the internet, but all these things blend in together, and this one has to do with the law of attraction. So the law of attraction are your thoughts and feelings. They vibrate in a frequency. This vibration is able to attract vibrations of a similar frequency. So that's what we'll be talking about today, like I said, about frequency and vibration and energy. So you see how all these things kind of blend in together. Like the universe has frequencies, and you may or may not know the different frequencies of the universe that it does project. So here is some of them right here. The first 6 notes are 396, 417, 528, 639, and 741. And you see in the middle there, love is 528. This is the frequency. The devil frequency, they said, is 741. And they said for some reason, if you put 528 and 741 frequency together, that if you listen to it long enough and hard enough, that it will not be good, because of the frequency of the sound is incredible. And there's the last one there is 852, was the original solfeggio scale. So, like I said, we'll be talking about the frequencies. Another frequency is frequency that we have in music, which is 432. And the frequency that a lot of music used back in the day, 432 hertz, was used by like Bach, Beethoven, Chopin. It was also called the Verdi A 432 hertz. But they changed it in 1939. Actually, Joseph Goebbels, you've heard me talk about it in previous podcasts. He was Hitler's propagandist. He wanted to change the 332 hertz to 340 hertz. 340 hertz is almost identical to the 332, but it's a little off because there's 8 hertz obviously difference. But that 432 hertz is what a lot of music is used because it resonates with humans, it resonates with us. It's a nicer frequency, it's a lighter frequency. And it also resonates because it's the earth resonance, which is Otto Schumann actually found it. The hertz between the earth and the ionosphere was like 8 hertz, so it's divisible into 332. So it's the closest that humans have for like marrying up that frequency to make us feel good. So when we listen to certain music that makes us feel good, it's usually 432 hertz. Getting back to the scale again that I was talking about, that's what it looks like right there. The heart of the rainbow, of course, is the green there. Love, 528. So love and thanks, of course, is that number there. A lot of people probably don't know about hertz and frequencies and how they affect us. But I just wanted to, before I delve into some of these videos I'm going to show you, I just want to explain a little bit of something to you. You probably already know, is that frequency, if you look at it from a positive and negative thing, so like say you're back in high school, or you go to a party and there's somebody that has high energy, real high energy person, and whatever, they're playing the guitar, telling jokes, or just being the life of the party. Very, very positive energy. People are drawn towards that. They are repelled by negative. Even to this day, right? People don't like being around people that are negative, because people that are negative, they're just like a black cloud. They're just like it's like a dark energy. And you don't want that. You want to have a lighter energy. So it's a frequency or a vibration. When you vibe with a certain individual, you're vibing, right? You vibe with that person because they make you feel good. You make them feel good. And it's just a vibration, just a feeling that you have, right? What's that feeling? Well, that's that frequency, right? You're dialed in. You're dialed into the same channel. You're on the same wavelength, right? So these are all things you've heard in the past. You've heard other people say these words. This is what this podcast is about the frequency and vibration and energy. It's very important going through life on a different energy than other people. Be on your own wavelength, your own frequency, and you'll be a lot better off for it, for sure. So I'm just going to show you a couple of videos here, and I'll talk to this one here when I get it loaded up. So there's one I'm going to show you first to show you how sound frequency, sound vibrations can manipulate salt. And I'm just going to cue up this video here before I start to play it. So this is sand and salt. It's on a plate, on a steel plate. So on this plate, the sand and salt resonates as the frequency changes. It's quite fascinating. Quite fascinating. So I'm going to show you here. Like I said, I'm going to talk, and you'll be able to see this if you're watching on YouTube. And if not, you'll be able to just listen to it. But I'm not going to play all of it because it's about 3 minutes long. But I'm going to show you here on the YouTube channel, on my Rumble channel. That's 345 hertz. So you shake the salt or the sand on it there, and there's 1033 hertz. Totally different picture. Totally different picture of sand. Throw some more salt on it again, go to 1820. Same thing. Totally different picture. It's a totally different schematic of that sand. 2041 hertz. Once again, totally different picture. The pictures continue to change. There's 3240 hertz. The pictures continually change as the hertz change. And if you were to dial back to the same hertz again, you'll get the same picture. There's 3835. It's absolutely fascinating to see this stuff. Like I said, if you're just listening to this, go to my YouTube channel or on either Rumble and check it out on YouTube or Rumble. It's incredible to see these pictures change. So there's 449 hertz, all the different hertz. Very impressive. So I'm just going to click this off here and show you. There's another picture, 4173, another picture. Anyway, like I said, absolutely fascinating, just fascinating to see. So sticking with that theory of frequency, vibration, and energy that we're talking about, we're going to be talking about three different books. One is called The Secret. One is The Seat of the Soul. And one is the Tao. And I'm just going to explain a little bit to each one of you, each one of these books to you, and then I'm going to play a little bit of a video from each one of these people that are involved with this, and you'll understand a little bit more about frequency, vibration, and energy. Okay, so the first one I'm going to play for you is just a summary of the Secret, the book, The Secret, the book. So this is it right here. I'm just going to cue this up, let you have a listen. It's a few minutes long, so give you an idea. The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. This book can be summarized by basically these things. Law of attraction. The central idea of The Secret is the law of attraction, which suggests that like attracts like. Your thoughts and feelings can attract positive or negative experiences into your life. Positive thinking. By focusing on what you want rather than what you don't want, you can manifest your desires. This includes visualization and visualizing your goals, maintaining a positive attitude. Gratitude, being thankful for what you already have, helps attract more good things into your life. Gratitude shifts your focus from lack to abundance. Visualization, imagining and feeling as though you're already having these things and what you can help manifest into reality. Visualization is a positive tool, a very powerful one, in aligning your thoughts with your desires. Belief and faith. You need to believe what you want is possible and that what you deserve, you deserve. Faith in the process is key to making the law of attraction work for you. Action, while thinking and believing, are important. Taking action towards your goals is also necessary. Inspired action, guided by your positive thoughts, can help bring your desires to fruition. Receive. Be open to receiving what you have asked for. This involves maintaining a mindset that you deserve good things and are ready to accept them. The book, The Secret, emphasizes the power of your mind and suggests that by changing your thoughts, you can change your life. All right, so that there in a nutshell is basically the secret. It's a great book. I'm going to post the book. It'll link below. You can head right over to Amazon and grab that book. It's a great book. And here is a fellow by the name of Bob Proctor talking about a little bit about The Secret and a few other people.
Hello and welcome. I'm Bob Proctor, and I am really proud and very pleased to be part of The Secret. You see, The Secret literally changed my life around 45 years ago, and for the past 38 years, I have traveled all over the world, helping people understand The Secret. The law of attraction is always working. You can never escape it. Everything that comes into your life, you're attracting into your life. And you see, as we understand The Secret, then we can sit down and dictate exactly what we want to come into our life. And with absolute certainty, it will arrive. Let's stop and think of who we are, what we are. You see, I said I am Bob Proctor. The truth is I'm not really Bob Proctor. Bob and Proctor are two words. That's my name, but it's not me. I might look at myself and say, this is me, but this isn't Bob Proctor. This isn't me either. You've never heard anybody phone into work and say, body's not coming in today, it's sick. You've never heard anyone say, am hand. We say, my hand, my name, my job. These are things we have, but it's not me. See, I am a soul, a spirit, non-physical, and I live in this physical body. And I have the ability to dictate the vibration that my mind and body will be in. You see, vibration is a law of the universe. This entire universe operates by law. There are no accidents. And vibration decrees the law of vibration that we literally live in an ocean of motion. Absolutely nothing rests. Everything moves. Everything's vibrating at one speed or another. And we can move into a positive or a negative vibration. We use the word feeling to describe the conscious awareness of the vibration we're in. If you hear a person say, I'm not feeling very well, what they're really saying is, I am in a negative vibration. When you hear a person say, I feel so good, what they're really saying is, I'm in a positive vibration. Now, you know, when you're in a negative vibration, the only energy you can attract to you is like energy. You're going to attract negative situations into your life. When you're in a positive vibration, the only thing you can attract into your life are things that are in harmony with you, positive things. So let's think about this for a moment. Our body is a molecular structure. It's a mass of molecules in a very high speed of vibration. Mind is movement, and body is the manifestation of that movement. You and I have the conscious ability to choose the images that we're going to hold in our mind. We tap into an infinite source of supply, and we choose our thoughts. We can pick up other people's thoughts, or we can originate thoughts. And when we bring those thoughts together, we create ideas. I can create an idea in my mind of myself having anything I want. And then as I take that idea and impress it upon my subconscious mind, which is universal intelligence, I not only affect my body, but I affect this entire universe. Now I know that most of us have such a small picture, a small image of ourselves, that we have a difficult time believing that we would actually affect the entire universe. But we do. Do you know that thought waves are cosmic waves that penetrate all time and space? And when I think something, I control the vibration I'm in. And when I control the vibration I'm in, I control what I attract into my life. If I want greater wealth, I just have to see it coming into my life. I've been given a magnificent imagination. And through the use of my imagination, I can originate pictures in my mind. I can see myself in beautiful relationships. I can see myself experiencing wonderful success. I can see money coming to me through multiple sources on a continuous basis. You see, I dictate what I see. Do you know, Viktor Frankl was a Jewish psychiatrist that spent the war years in a concentration camp. Now, I don't suppose anyone has ever experienced more physical and intellectual abuse than those people that were in those camps. But Viktor Frankl pointed out in a marvelous book, Man's Search for Meaning, that no one could cause him to think something he didn't want to think. And you know, all the great leaders, all down through history, as far back as you want to go, have been in complete and unanimous agreement on one point, that we become what we think about. Now, why is that so? Because we have the freedom to think anything we want. We can originate thoughts, or we can pick thoughts just out of the ether. And we can internalize those thoughts. We can bring them together and build beautiful ideas, or we can build terrible ideas. But the ideas we build are going to determine the vibration we're in. And the vibration we're in is going to dictate the energy that we attract to us. Now ask yourself, what do you really want? Think about it for a moment. What kind of relationships do you want? What kind of health do you want to experience? Do you want prosperity? What kind of a business do you want? Do you know that you are the architect of your life? You truly are. And you can tap into this infinite source of supply, and it is an infinite source of supply. I think one of the most magnificent authors of the past 500 years was a man named Thomas Troward. And he talked about the spirit of opulence. And he talked about us tapping into the infinite. And he said, when you are drawing from the infinite, you can never take more than your share. Abundance is your birthright. But understand this, you will never attract into your life something that is not in harmony with you. And so if you want more, if you want greater wealth, greater health, more meaningful relationships, make up your mind right now that you're going to build the image of what you want, and you're going to hold on to that image, and you're going to stay in that vibration. This entire universe is an orderly universe. Energy attracts like energy. So just understand that the good that you want is already here. All you have to do is get in harmony with it. And you do that through your own thinking. It's absolutely phenomenal when you stop and think about it. Build the image of the world you want to live in. Watch the film, The Secret, over and over again. Do you know this secret gives you everything you want? Happiness, health, and wealth.
You can have, do, or be anything you want.
We can have whatever it is that we choose. I don't care how big it is.
What kind of a house do you want to live in?
Do you want to be a millionaire?
What kind of a business do you want to have?
Do you want more success?
What do you really want?
I've seen many miracles take place in people's lives. Financial miracles, miracles of physical healing, mental healing, healing in relationships.
All of this happened because of knowing how to apply the secret.
Fascinating, right? Absolutely fascinating. So basically that's saying about your subconscious, what you think, because your subconscious can't differentiate between what is real, what's not real. So if you plant a seed in your head, you know, people always say if you believe it, you can achieve it. But I think it's if you visualize something in your head, like a storyboard, write something down or take pictures and post them somewhere, and you see it all the time. And I think Jim Carrey said at one time that he wrote himself a $10 million check, and he actually put it in his father's casket when his father passed away. And it wasn't until years later, and he actually got paid $10 million to do, I believe, Dumb and Dumber. So he kind of went, whoa. But he visualized him getting a check at some point for $10 million. But there's numerous stories like that. I could tell you my own personal stories, but I don't want to run this podcast too long. That might be for another podcast. But I'm sure everyone else has had that same similar situation where you were thinking about somebody, and then all of a sudden, a few days later, boom, they pop into your life and go, I was just thinking about you the other day. This is you basically making a phone call to the universe, and then the universe is answering that phone call. And finding that person, and then you bump into each other. So there's a lot to The Secret, but that's it in a nutshell. So the next one we're going to be talking about is the Seat of the Soul. So the Seat of the Soul, I actually read this book years ago, and The Seat of the Soul was by Gary Zukav. Incredible book, good read, but here is it in a summary for you. The Seat of the Soul by Gary Zukav. This explores the idea of spiritual growth and the evolution of the soul. Here, basically in a nutshell, this is what this book's about. Authentic power. Zukav introduces the concept of authentic power, which is power derived from the alignment of your personality with your soul's purpose. This contrasts with external power, which is based on physical or material dominance. The Seat of the Soul's journey emphasizes that life is a spiritual journey where the soul seeks to evolve and grow. This journey involves moving from fear-based experiences to love-based experiences. Intuition and guidance. Intuition is viewed as the voice of the soul, guiding us towards our true path. Listening to this inner guidance is essential for spiritual development. Karma and choice. Gary Zukav, he discusses karma as the energy that comes back to you based on your actions, your thoughts, and your intentions. He emphasizes that every choice we make shapes our experiences and the evolution of our soul. Emotional awareness. The Seat of the Soul book highlights the importance of becoming aware of your emotions and how they reflect the state of your inner self. Understanding and transforming emotions are key steps in aligning with your soul. And relationships as mirrors. Relationships are seen as opportunities for growth and self-awareness. They reflect back to us aspects of ourselves and the need of healing or developing. Creating the intention. The power of intention is a recurring theme in this book. By setting clear, concise intentions aligned with the soul, you can create experiences that foster spiritual growth. Living with meaning is the ultimate goal is to live a life of purpose, meaning, and fulfillment by aligning your actions and decisions with the deeper intentions of your soul. This book advocates for living a conscious and intentional life, focusing on spiritual growth rather than material success, and suggests that doing so leads to deeper fulfillment and authentic power. So once again, when Gary Zukav was speaking about purpose and your authentic self, here's Gary Zukav actually talking about that. A short little clip actually a while back, this years ago, but this is when this book was huge. It's a great book, like I said. Good read, and you'd like it.
Did you hear what Oprah said in the first part of her talk? And can you apply that to your life? Because she gave you a macrocosm and a microcosm of what you can apply. The question was, why are you balanced and how can you stay balanced? And she said, because I'm doing what gives me meaning, because this is my life's purpose. You have the same opportunity. You and I and everyone here, everyone who enters this earth school, this is the path. To look at where you are, to accept your life, and then change it appropriately as your heart tells you where to go. That's authentic power. That is what we were born to do. If you only admire it in Oprah and think that only she can do it, you miss the point.
Right.
Only she can be Oprah Winfrey.
That's right. Only she can, because only you can be you. What's your purpose? What's your muse, right? What you're really good at? Stick with that. Seat of the Soul by Gary Zukav. Fascinating. Next one is the Tao, or the Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu. And this is what it is in a nutshell. It's another philosophical book written thousands of years ago, and this is basically a summary of it.
And the Tao, loosely translated, means your path or your life's journey. And it's experienced by each and every one of us, experienced by all. The Tao keeps the world balanced and flowing, and it encompasses Qi, and Qi is the essential energy of all. The Tao is the process by which the universe expresses itself. It teaches us that the only constant in life is change, and change is about accepting with ease the movement in your life, allowing for that transformation, accepting your path whichever way it goes, living in the now, and, of course, embracing the moment.
So here's a summary of the Tao Te Ching. The Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu. It's a fundamental text in Taoist philosophy offering insights on how to live in harmony with the Tao, or the way. The Tao, or the way, is an indescribable force that underlies and unifies all things in the universe. It is a natural order and the source of everything, yet it is beyond human understanding and cannot be fully expressed in words. Wu Wei, or non-action. Wu Wei is the principle of non-action or effortless action. It means acting in harmony with the Tao by allowing things to unfold naturally rather than forcing outcomes. It's about going with the flow and being in tune with the natural rhythms of life. Simplicity and humility. The text advocates for a life of simplicity, humility, and contentment. By avoiding excess and embracing modesty, one can live a more fulfilling life in alignment with the Tao. Yin and Yang. The Tao Te Ching emphasizes the balance of opposites, known as yin and yang. Everything in the universe contains complementary forces, light and dark, male and female, strong and weak. Understanding and embracing these dualities leads to harmony. Detachment and letting go. The text also encourages detachment from desires, material possessions, and ego-driven pursuits. By letting go of attachments, one can achieve inner peace and true freedom. Leadership and power. The Tao Te Ching offers guidance on leadership, suggesting that the best leaders are those who lead by example, act with humility, and do not seek power for its own sake. True power comes from aligning with the Tao, not from dominating others. Nature as a model. The Tao Te Ching often uses nature as a metaphor for Tao. It encourages people to observe and learn from the natural world, which operates effortlessly and harmoniously without striving or forcing. Paradoxes and mysteries. This text is filled with paradoxes and emphasizes the mysterious and contradictory nature of the Tao. It suggests that true wisdom comes from recognizing the limitations of human knowledge and embracing the mysteries of existence. The Tao Te Ching offers a philosophical guide for living in harmony with the universe by embracing simplicity, humility, and the natural flow of life. So that's the Tao in a nutshell if you've never heard of the Tao, because it's called Taoism, just like Catholicism or any other religion. Some people are Taoists, and Tao is spelt with a T, by the way, if you didn't notice on the book there. I'm going to put all three of these books in the link below. The first one, The Secret, Seed of the Soul, and the Tao. So before I play my last video, it's of Alan Watts. He's being a little bit philosophical. Alan Watts is a philosopher. He was born in like 1915, passed away in the early 70s. He had a lot of great philosophical views about life and death and living. So I'm going to play this last video. But before I do, I just wanted to mention one thing. That one thing is, like I said earlier, about 432 hertz and 440 hertz. A lot of music that we've listened to in the past, a lot of Beatles tunes, Bob Marley tunes. It would shock you if you went online and did a quick search of music that's played in 432 hertz. It's incredible. The first album the Beatles ever made, every song was 432 hertz, every one. And then after that, they switched to 440. But it's incredible. If you do that, like I said, you'll be shocked at the number of songs that you listen to over the years. And like I said, about people that you've met in your life, Seed of the Soul talks about, of course, our light, our inner light, our soul, and people who we've met in our lifetime. We meet for a short period of time, or a long period of time, or a specified period of time. That's for a reason. That's in the universe's plan. These things happen. People come and go out of your life for whatever reason. You're exchanging information with those individuals, and then you move on. They give you something, you give them something, and you move on. Some things aren't meant to last forever. That's just the way it works. Don't take it hard. Don't feel bad about it. This is just the way the universe works. Eh? The universe works in mysterious ways, so they say. Anyway, there's one way of looking at it. So, like I said, this is a video right now. My podcast has gone on about 35 minutes, so I'm going to play this Alan Watts video. It's probably about 7 minutes long, ballparkish. Very deep, and it will really get you thinking. So we will pop this one up and let you have a listen to this.
The only thing you need to know to understand the deepest metaphysical secrets is this: that for every outside, there is an inside, and for every inside, there is an outside. And although they are different, they go together. There is, in other words, a secret conspiracy between all insides and all outsides. And the conspiracy is this: to look as different as possible, and yet underneath to be identical. Because you don't find one without the other. Like Tweedledum and Tweedledee agreed to have a battle. Note that, agreed. So there is a secret. What is esoteric, what is profound, and what is deep is what we will call the implicit. What is obvious and on the open is what we will call the explicit. And I and my environment, you and your environment, are explicitly as different could be. But implicitly, you go together. And this is discovered by the scientist when he tries, as the whole art of science is to describe what happens exactly. And when he describes exactly what you do, he finds out that your behavior is not something that can be separated from the behavior of the world around you. He realizes then that you are something that the whole world is doing. Just as when the sea has waves on it, well, right, the sea, the ocean is waving. And so each one of us is a waving of the whole cosmos, the entire works, all there is. And with each one of us, it's waving and saying, "Yoo, here I am." Only it does it differently each time. Because variety is the spice of life. But you see, the funny thing is, we haven't been brought up to feel that way. Instead of feeling that we, each one of us, are something that the whole realm of being is doing, we feel that we are something that has come into the whole realm of being as a stranger. When we were born, we don't really know where we came from, because we don't remember. And we think when we die, that's just going to be that. Some people console themselves with the idea that they're going to heaven, or that they're going to be reincarnated, or they're going to Summerland or something, you know. People don't really believe that. For most people, it's plausible. The real thing that haunts them is that when they die, they're going to sleep and never going to wake up. They're going to be locked up in the safe deposit box of darkness forever. But that all depends, you see, upon a false notion of what is oneself. Now, the reason why we have this false notion of ourselves is, as far as I can understand it, that we have specialized in one particular kind of consciousness. Being very general, rough, we have two kinds of consciousness. One I will call the spotlight, and the other the floodlight. The spotlight is what we call conscious attention, and that is trained into us from childhood as the most valuable form of consciousness. When the teacher in class says, "Pay attention," everybody stares and looks fast at the teacher like that. That's spotlight consciousness. Fixing your mind on one thing at a time. Concentrate. And even though you may not be able to have a very long attention span, nevertheless you concentrate. You use your spotlight, one thing after another, one thing after another. Flip, 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 like that. But we also have another kind of consciousness, which I'll call the floodlight. For example, you can drive your car for several miles with a friend sitting next to you, and your spotlight consciousness will be completely absorbed in talking to your friend. Nevertheless, your floodlight consciousness will manage the driving of the car, will notice all the stoplights, the other idiots on the road, and so on, and you'll get there safely, without even thinking about it. But our culture has taught us to specialize in spotlight consciousness and to identify ourselves with that form of consciousness alone. I am my spotlight consciousness. My conscious attention, that is my ego, that is me. And very largely we ignore the floodlight. Now, the floodlight consciousness is working all the time. Every nerve end that we have is its instrument. Now, because we have been brought up to identify ourselves with the spotlight consciousness, and the floodlight consciousness is undervalued, we have this sensation of ourselves as being just the spotlight. Just the ego that looks and attends to this and that and the other. And so we ignore and are unaware of the vast, vast extent of our being. People who by various methods become fully aware of their floodlight consciousness have what is called a mystical experience or a cosmic consciousness, because they discover that the real deep, deep self, that which you really are fundamentally and forever, is the whole of being. All that there is, the works, that's you. Just as a sun or star has many rays, so the whole cosmos expresses itself in you, and you, and you, and you, and you, with all the different variations. It dances with infinite variety. But every single dance that it does, that is to say, you is what the whole thing is doing. But you see, we forget it. We don't know. We've been brought up in a special way so that we are unaware of the connection. The external world is your own body extended.
Like I told you, pretty philosophical and pretty deep. Alan Watts, philosopher. Anyway, listen, like I said earlier about frequency, vibration, and energy, always been fascinated by it, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed putting it together for you. Like I said, Nikola Tesla saying the things that he said, one of the smartest guys that ever lived. Why 369? Why frequency, vibration, and energy? Good questions to ask yourself, and maybe you can implement it in your own life. But it's been fun putting this together for you. I hope you get something out of it. Thank you very much for subscribing to my channel. And for those of you who have not subscribed yet, please subscribe, like, share. It helps with the algorithm with YouTube. With that being said, I always like to sign off with this little saying is that going through life, it's tough. And we all run into roadblocks. We all run into hardships. And it is not easy. It is not easy. But what we do is keep moving forward. That's right. You got to keep moving forward. That's what life's about. And you'll be better off for it. Anyway, like I said, thank you very much for watching the Surge Effect. Much appreciated. And have yourself a great day. And until next time, everybody, cheers. This episode sponsored by He Shirts, She Shirts. Go to www.heshirtssheshirts.ca. Just type in the letters TSA, The Surge Effect. When you check out, type in TSA for your coupon and receive 10% off your next purchase. Thanks for listening to today's podcast, everybody.